finally, all these kids that want to go to college. I want to say, I don't know how many of you followed this, but the Bush budget that was submitted to the Congress is an amazing thing. The country's not paying attention. They don't know about it. But this is, I'll put it in simple terms. More tax cuts for the richest people in America. Permanent tax cuts for the richest people in America. Actually, what I'm about to say bothers me even more. Billions of dollars in tax cuts and subsidies. I'm talking about your money going to the richest oil companies in the country, the biggest oil companies in America. You know, I don't know about you, but I've been worried about whether Exxon's making enough money, right? I mean, it's an amazing. Now, in the same budget, Bush cuts funding for nutrition programs for the disabled, for nutrition programs for poor children, for nutrition programs for seniors. Billions of dollars out of Medicaid, health care for poor kids. Listen, this is not complicated. This is black and white. Billions of dollars of taxpayer money to Exxon while we're taking away health care from poor children. It is immoral. We should be screaming from the rooftops that it's immoral. The country needs to... And these Republicans, even now, continue to try to claim the moral high ground. Here's the truth. The truth is there's a huge void in moral leadership in this country. We got plenty of politicians. We don't need any more politicians. What America needs are leaders. Leaders of conviction and strength and passion. And this void in moral leadership, we need to fill that void. We should never, for a minute, not a second, any of us, think that we're the only ones that saw those pictures coming out of New Orleans. The whole world saw them. I saw a publication from overseas right after the hurricane hit. It had pictures of victims in the lower Ninth Ward. And the headline was, "The Shaming of America." Listen, this is not just an issue of the world, by the way. The world knows that we're rich. They know that we're powerful. They know that we're mired up down in that god-awful mess in Iraq. Here's what they want to know from us. Will we actually turn our backs on millions of our own people that we now know are having trouble feeding their children and clothing their children? And this is not just an issue of moral leadership at home. There's a huge void in America's moral leadership around the world. I was in London about 9 or 10 months ago, and I gave a speech there. But I spent about an hour with Tony Blair, just the two of us, listening to him talk about what they're trying to do. I mean, you think about poverty. Let's take global poverty, for example. Poverty is moderate in this country compared to poverty around the world. Most of you know that. Half of our planet, 3 billion people, live on $2 or less a day. Just before Christmas, I spent some time in the slums outside of Delhi. I had trouble sleeping. I did. The conditions that people live in, they're not human. I mean, I could just picture in your mind's eye, you walk down these small alleys, you know, open sewage everywhere, animals everywhere, flies. There are these honeycomb-shaped rooms going up on each side. People stacked into these rooms, literally stacked into them. And we worked our way deeper and deeper into the slum, and finally, we came up on this little opening about half the size of where we are up here. And there were 4, I'll never forget this, 4 blankets on the pavement. Same thing, sewage everywhere, animals everywhere. There were 20 kids on each blanket. These kids were in school. This was their school. And I went back, when we finally finished, I went back and left, and I thought to myself, where is America? Where is the America that all of us believe?